Hello, this is Kathleen, and this is my channel, New You, on Ustream Live. Thank you for joining me. I know this is late and everything, but I really want to thank you for joining me. This video will be saved, so you can come back and view it later if you would like to. It'll be posted like on YouTube and on my WordPress site as well. Okay, and I'll like have a link over. So basically, today is a super important day to me today because I am one of those people who, excuse me, I am one of those people who I really am, let me get my social stream going here. I am really one of those people who is determined to make a difference in my community and among my people. Sorry, they got the heat on in here. But anyway, and so what I wanted to do is address where we are now and also address some of the things I know we need to take action on as a people in reference to Dr. Martin Luther King. So I really want to base this on the premise of Martin Luther King. This is his day we celebrate today, 2014, Monday, the 20th of January 2014. And I want to put emphasis on the fact that we can live the dream if we stop believing society's message. And the reason why I'm going to say it like that is because a lot of times we fulfill the idea of what people think about us. You know, it's kind of like saying if you say something over and over and over again, you will begin to believe it. I believe in a lot of cases there have been certain things said about us, and I believe that we've become instruments of society where we have kind of played into the hands of society. There are a few things I want to touch on in this 30 minutes. And if I don't get it done in 30 minutes, I really don't care. I'm going to get it all out. You can watch it later. You can break it up into little pieces, whatever you need to do. So this is channel New You. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching me later, whatever the case may be. Let's get it going. So I'm going to jump right into it. This is Martin Luther King's Day. We celebrate this day in honor of him. But I want us to focus more on what he has done for us as a nation, what he has done for us as a people. Okay? What has he done for us as a people? Martin Luther King has paved the way. Him, along with some other powerful people who were just ordinary, regular, everyday people, um, they paved the way for us to have a lot of the things that we have now and enjoy kind of the lifestyles that we enjoy now. We know about segregated schools where blacks did not have the opportunity to receive the level of education as others, particularly whites. So we were seen as the minority. A lot of, and of course, white people used slavery and all those other things to try to degrade us as a people, and they treated us uh, poorly. But what are we doing right now? What are we doing among, among ourselves? What are we doing as a group? What are we doing as a society? What are we doing in society? And so I really want to focus on that. I feel like that if I don't do something, then what else? What could I possibly have to say? So I'm going to say this. The number one thing I want us to do is to start to do something. I want us, in one particular scripture in the Bible, he gives us directives. He says, this is what I want you to do. I want you to visit the poor. I want you to be there for those fatherless children. I want you to feed the hungry. At one point, and everything I teach is always going to be based on the Word of God. It's still general, so you can still listen to it, okay? But that's my foundation. So, but at one point he says to us, go out and do these things. Go out and visit. Okay, go out and talk to these fatherless children. And I know it's not the will of God that children are fatherless, but a lot of the choices and decisions that we make, we created a group of individuals who now live in fatherless homes. 80% of homes are the homes of single parents. There are a lot of fatherless children out there. Let's start to do something. Get out there, be a part of the community. At one point today, I saw a video of some cop stopping, playing a little football with a kid or whatever. Those little small things will make a difference. Okay? If you are a deacon at a church, if you are a coach, if you are just regular Joe down the street, a mechanic, work at the gas station, I don't care. Get out. Start to do something. Start to engage with these young people. Start talking with them. Start mentoring them. Reach out and try to help the next person. Okay? So do something. Be active in your community. Be active in your schools. Be a part of the community. I'm glancing at my notes. Do something. And the number one thing I want us to do is begin to speak truth. We need to stop as a society, as a group of people. We need to stop selling these uh, these fantasies that decisions do not cost us dearly. The consequences of our choices are impacting us as a society. We need to start speaking truth. And let me put a little history behind this before I put it out there. Because the word judging, I know it's gonna like magically appear. Don't judge me. You're gonna say all of that. I'm not one of those people who run from people who are not afraid to use their word. I'm gonna come right at you, okay? Because I can do that. Let me give you a little background, a little history about myself. As a young girl, we were raised up in poverty, okay? We were so poor, and I know it's like a million people have this story, and this is how I know I'm telling the truth. We were so poor, our bathroom was in the backyard in an outhouse. Okay? That's where we used the toilet. Sweetheart, I'm 41 years old. You get it? It's 2014. Our toilet was in the backyard. We grew up in poor, very poor circumstances. We ate a lot of rice. We ate a lot of beans. We ate a lot of food that came from our grandmother's garden. God bless my grandmother, Pauline Jones. And Reverend Jones. Um, as a teen, I moved from poverty to the projects. As you can imagine, at one point my mother was married. She had, there's 10 of us. They got a divorce. We ended up moving to the projects. Life was very difficult. Okay, the projects is it's the projects. It's all that's in there. The fighting, rapes, just everything. Throw it in there. I experienced it. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, and I'm kind of speeding it along. But I just want to give you a little background so you'll know I'm not presenting this message coming from some silver spoon, some good background. And guess what? It really wouldn't matter if that was my history. If I did come from a two-parent home, if I did come speaking to you with a silver spoon in my mouth, the facts are still the facts. We make poor decisions. Not all of us, okay? On the grand scheme of things, we make great choices. But I'm talking about this percentage who makes poor choices. And I just want to help you out. I just want to help you out because society is feeding you these lies. They make these things look glamorous, and you're forced to make tough choices, and you're in maybe not the best of situations, but if you can just start to make better choices, your life will be better. And that's what you need to understand. Do not accept society's message to you. Do not accept it. Let me tell you something. I went back to college um, in 2009. I started going to school to get a degree in education. I'm sitting there in the classroom at 35, 36 years old, I'm hearing instructors say that African Americans do not have the ability to learn. African Americans do not have the ability to swim. They're not capable of these functions. African Americans, cannot learn. They're down here on the bell curve. 2009. I'm 36 years old. My heart, everything in me felt horrible because all I could think about is if I had taken that class at 18, 19 years old as a college student, what would that have done to the way I think of myself as an African American individual? You cannot believe everything that people say about you. In fact, I would say, um, um, consider what people say. It logically doesn't make any sense. As I said in that classroom, and they were talking about can African Americans swim? Seriously, people, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, how how stupid are people? I mean, just how can you really persuade a person that other individuals, because they have a different skin type and they have less swimming pools available in their area, they don't commonly live on beachfront property because they can't afford it. Can you really surmise in your mind that because of a few little factors that a race of people, individuals, cannot swim anatomically? Okay, we have the same makeup, the same body physical structure as any other race. I'm just curious to know. I'm not really curious. I'm just putting it out there so you understand where I'm coming from. You cannot believe everything society teaches. This is a lesson we need to learn across the board. Stereotypes. I wish the word stereotypes could go into my blender and be ground up and just into such little tiny pieces until we can't even separate all the difference that we make as a society. Stereotypes need to be removed because most of it is nonsense. Okay? And let me get back to what I'm saying. So I grew up, we were poor, and society has a way of sending us messages. They send us messages through music, they send us messages as leaders in our community, they send us messages as adults, people we look up to. Oftentimes, these people send us the wrong messages. And I'm going to be very, very direct. We need to start speaking truth. We need to make resources available. We need to extend our hand. And we also need to have a no excuse mentality. If you don't change the way you see yourself as the way we see ourselves as a people, if we don't change the way we see ourselves, if we don't change our minds, if we don't change the way we think about ourselves, we are going to be in trouble and we will never be empowered as a nation. You understand that? We will never be empowered as a nation of people. One person can't do it all. We have to do it collectively as a group. On this day, Martin Luther King's Day in 2014, I want us to start to break down those barriers, okay, and stop playing into this societal suicide, because that's what it is. It's killing us. It's, it's killing us. It's drowning us. And poverty, lack, we can't, we have to do something different. So there are a few things that I really want to discuss. I've already talked about this, but I want us to begin to think about, like I said, pouring into our communities, educating each other. Okay, speaking truth, investing. We have to do this. We have to invest in ourselves. We have to invest in our children's education. Raise money every year for backpacks and school supplies. Raise money every year for snacks after school. Raise money every year. We can start giving back and pouring into our own schools, our own community, our own churches. Every church should have a pantry. Every church should have a pantry where you give food and you give clothes. Every church should have funds set aside to help those who are less fortunate. Every church should. There's no excuse. Every church should be out in the streets witnessing. Okay? He that winneth souls is wise. You should be out there being a force in your community. Okay? You get it? The four walls, that's so done with. You should be out there impacting your community. Okay? That's your investment. That's how you give back. You connect, you engage, you be a part of what's going on. And we have to do this. We have to be a part. We have to speak truth. Let me tell you something. Everybody out there, anybody listening, we need to stop having babies out of wedlock. We need to go back to families first. We need to stop getting divorces, okay? We need to stop committing crimes, even speeding. Stop riding without insurance. This might sound crazy to you, but all of these little things we do are padding the pockets of other people, and it's taking away from us. I have nieces and nephews who are in college right now who are attempting to do something with their lives. We should be able to give to our own. I love Pell Grants. I love scholarships. As a college student, yes. I've been a part of some great churches who give great scholarships. Let's do more. Let's do more. Let's invest more. Let's give more. Let's be more supportive. Stop having babies out of wedlock. Work on what you need to work on. If there is a father absent in the home, I guarantee you there has to be an internal struggle. All types of complexes, low self-esteem, just mismanagement of emotions. You got all types of things going on. I encourage you to be a part of a group, go to therapy, do whatever you have to do to help you when it's time to make those tough decisions. Ladies, stop having unprotected sex. You're grown. I get it. You are a grown woman. Some of you guys are 32 having kids out of wedlock. That's not right. Who gave me permission to say that? I gave myself permission. It's not right. I had 3 children out of wedlock. And trust me, I got a truckload of excuses. And they're all good. They're fabulous excuses. It didn't stop the pain and the hurt that it caused my babies. It was so real. It was so in my face. I didn't, at the time, yeah, I may have started off when I was younger. I smoked weed. I drank. But you know what? I was a hardworking, sober woman. And it hit me in my face. The pain. the suffering that my children had to endure because of my decision to have unprotected sex, to have sex when I was young. And my first child actually came by rape through someone that I trusted as a brother. And I mean that, as a brother. But the other two, and it's not even about who do I blame, who do I put the finger on, who do I, well, with the rape, yeah, it is who I blame. But what I'm saying is make good choices. Do not have unprotected sex. The pain you will cause that child. You don't even understand. You know what I was going to say? You don't even understand. But I'm going to change that. And I'm going to say, how many of you understand? That is the challenge. How many of you know what it feels like to have an absent father in the home? You know, because your father wasn't there. Mine wasn't there. Okay? We have a great relationship now. We're great. We're good. He wasn't there when I was young. He was an absent father. A father is a protector. He is in the home to protect his family, to keep bad things from happening, to ensure the children that they are safe in all ways possible. He is a godsend. He is a strong man of his home. The Bible said a thief can't even get in unless he first bind up the strong man. So if the father is absent from the home, the biggest element of protection is gone. A woman can raise a son. She can shelter him. She can feed him. She can teach him things. But it is not her job to be the man. Men, stop planting your seed in ground. We are earth. God made us from the earth. Stop planting your seed in ground that you are not going to be there to cultivate, to nurture. And you plant your seed, right, in her womb, and you leave it there. You don't know how it's growing, how it's progressing. You're not there. Stop planting your seed in ground that you don't even find worthy enough to take responsibility for, to put a ring on it. If she's not good enough, whatever that means, you throw them quotes up there, for you to marry and raise your own seed with, why are you depositing seed in that ground? And then you just walk off into the sunset as if magically it's going to grow up and be fine just on its own. This is MLK Day 2014. We need to do something. We need to take action. We need to speak truth. We need to have resources available through our churches and through our homes, through mentorship, whatever you have to do to reach out. And we need to have a no excuse mentality so we can take our people back to a healthy place. Women, keep your legs closed. I know it's hard. I've been there. I've done that. I really, really, really have. And you need to have protected sex. HIV, no excuses. There's no excuse. HIV. You know the pain you went through in a fatherless home, and yet, instead of transferring health and wealth to your own seed, you gave them all of your hurt and pain. So they have to endure it during their life. As I said, I did all of that. And when I saw the truth in what I had done, I put a challenge to my seed. I pleaded with my seed. I begged my seed to not do it the way that I had done it. I wish I had more strength in the church that I was affiliated with. I wish I had more strength in my community. I wish I had more strength in my friends and in my family to speak the same truth that I was speaking, so that we can be healed, so that we can start putting families first, because truly all of us need that support. Truly all of us seek family. Truly all of us desire to have that. Gangs are known for calling all of their members family. We are family. We stick together. Some of them blood up. Prostitutes see their pimp as their protector, their family, the girls they work with, family. Gangsters call each other homies, they family. This is my brother, I'll die for him. Why don't we want real families? I speak truth to you today. We, not all of us, but I say we because if any of us are living a lifestyle that's bringing us down, then it's bringing us down. And I want us to be built up. I want to empower you with truth. Invest in your community. And I have to say this. Stop hiding behind God. God does not impregnate women. Sex impregnates women. When you have a baby, and I have to relate the Dwayne Wade situation to this. When you have a child out of wedlock, he said that was his blessing. Let me tell you something. A child is such a miracle that the formation, the ability for life to come from sperm and an egg meeting, well, we know that's God. Man can't make that, but he has the ability to produce that through an action called sex. When you do that action, you are 100% taking responsibility for yourself. And I'm writing a book about that, but that'll come later. Let me tell you something. Stop calling and identifying all children are blessed. But you can't take what you're doing and identify it outside what it is. You understand that? I'm trying to make it clear. Don't want to be confused, and I don't want to offend anybody. If you stop having sex, unprotected sex, then where you going to get your blessings from? Let's put it that way. Let's put it like in reverse. Because you can get married and have as many blessings as you want to and create a healthy atmosphere for that child. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I can see if you know, and I don't know nobody's circumstances. I don't know anybody on a personal level. This is just generally speaking. We need to stop this behavior. It's catastrophic. It is destroying us. It is destroying us. It is destroying us. We need to stop. Children need two parents in the home. It's God's will. It's healthy. It's emotionally, physically, mentally balancing. So I'm asking you in 2014 on MLK Day, can we please Can we please stop accepting all of this nonsense that society is saying? It's hurting us. Single parents begging for minimum wage increases. That's a good thing. But we need to stop being single parents. We need to let that die out. We need to stop it. We do have the ability to be great people. My God, we are great people. Before Barack Obama was president, we had individuals who qualified to be president. We live in America, at least I do. We have got to start making better choices. We have got to stop working against ourselves. While you're trapped in your homes during this snowstorm, take an evaluation, reflect, do a good reflection. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you live in the projects, if you're poor as dirt, I'm telling you, I've been poor as dirt. If you broker than broke, get a vision for your life. Stir up the gifts and the talents that are in you. Robbing, stealing, killing are not gifts. Those are choices. What is the gift that's in you? If you are a drug dealer, it tells me one thing: you have the ability to be a great businessman. You can set up a team. You work well with others. You're not afraid to be a leader. You have a voice. You speak. You're not afraid to speak. Those are great tools. Those are great gifts. Wake up, people. You are a pawn in this scheme of life. You are being used. Do you know what it takes to get drugs into America? And you're just one little dude out there on the street doing your thing. Do you have any idea how you are playing into the system? That once they get you in, it's like a perpetual cycle. It's like you can never get out. People, wake up. Do you understand that you are being used? There is so much greatness in you, young men. I almost want to just cry right now. There's so much greatness in you, young women. I just have to speak truth to you. Get a vision in your mind. See yourself in a different place. A lot of you guys die trying to get out, but keep trying to get out. A lot of you guys, especially coming from the projects, you're attacked for trying to be smart in school, for doing your homework, for applying for scholarships. Stop hurting people. Stop abusing people. Help them get out. Help them. Be a help to one another. That's not business, man. I see it. I see your hurt and I see it. You've made mistakes. You've made poor choices. That's what I want to say. Poor choices, not mistakes. But we all make mistakes. But we've made poor choices. Let's make better choices. Will you make 2014 the year that you turn your life around? If you have one child already, can you make 2014 the year that you decided that you're not going to have unprotected sex? That you're not. How many partners did you have last year? Can you, men, you're included in this. How many girls, how many women did you sleep with last year? Can you make that change? in your life? Can you commit to changing for yourself, for your seed? Can you commit to change? That's all I want you to do. Just start. Imagine it. Just somehow get it in your head. Dream about it. Think about it. And if you can do that, then I want you to take a piece of paper, and I'm about to close here. And I want you to write your vision down. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you want to be. Write it. Make it plain. Take it to somebody who, if you can't figure it out for yourself, get a couple of people, 2, 3 people around you that can help you get to what you wrote on paper. You can do it. You will be successful. All you have to be is determined, and you will find strength. I am praying for you. In all sincerity. All sincerity. I'm so glad it's cold, or as long as it's been cold, over all the area that it's been cold. I'm hoping that while you're trapped inside your houses and can't be as active as you would like to be, that you will find time to think about your life and that you would change directions. If you are headed to a bad place, if you are making poor decisions, I know it takes a long time to be brave enough, to run it through your head long enough that you are going to do something like rob somebody, break in somebody's house, whatever you're planning on doing. Take all of that energy, take all of that decisiveness, take all of that thought process, move it over into something that will improve your life, your community, your church. Something godly and not evil. Something good. Transform. I have to put this out here. My favorite scripture is, I can't remember where it comes from, but Google it. You got cell phones and all that stuff. It says, if it has any virtue, if it has any praise, think on these things. And it's talking about transformational thinking. That is what I advocate. You need a thinking, you need to change your thinking process. I have other videos I'll call Breaking the Invisible Chains, and also Angry Men. If you're a man, please watch it. Breaking the Invisible Chains, please watch it. Please watch all of those sessions. They are very good. Talks about transformational thinking. But to wrap it all up, Bishop T.D. Jakes has been doing like a seminar over the last couple of Sundays on the same line. You can watch him too. I don't care who you watch. I don't care where you get your information from. I want you to change your life. I want you to change the way. I want you to change the way you process information. I do, however, love my Breaking the Invisible Chain series because it really gets into the fine art of, not the fine art, but it just really shows you some basic information about how your brain processes information. If you understand that, then you can understand how you'll be able to transform your thinking. Okay? So I'm almost like doing replacement therapy. But anyway, this is your day. This is your hour. This is your year to do something different. This is your time to be better and bigger. This is your time. This is your time to get out. This is your time to take the bull by the horns. This is your time. This is our time. No more going to jail. No more getting pregnant out of wedlock. No more. Men, stop abusing your women. The Bible says that a man wouldn't wouldn't do this. Don't do to your woman, your wife, what you wouldn't do to yourself. You would punch yourself in the eye. Don't be out here punching these women in the face and abusing them mentally, verbally, physically. No excuses. Stop doing it. Stop all this. I hate they even gave this stuff a word, a name, thugs and all this nonsense. Stop biting off society's apple, okay? They always say the apple don't, when the apple don't fall far from the tree. Okay, whatever. But you can make out of your life whatever you desire. So let's just call you one big juicy red apple. What do you want your life to be? An apple turnover? An apple pie? Apple sauce? Huh? Apple cider? What you get to choose. It's your life. Stop accepting society's identity. Stop accepting society's identity. Stop accepting society's identity. You are something that most people can't even conceive. You are greater. You are smart. You are talented. You are gifted. And you have so much to offer this world. But you got to stop accepting society's identity. I would that you would begin to identify yourself with all the things that are in the Word of God. But guess what? The Bible talks about good men. Okay? Even if you ain't a holy man, you can still be a good man. Okay? And you need to understand that you have the ability to change yourself and effectively change those around you. This is MLK Day 2014, and I am feeling a change this year. And I am believing that we are going to stop believing society's message. And we are going to take responsibility for our actions. We are going to hold ourselves accountable for our actions, our deeds, our words, and you can do it. I want to make myself available to you. If you can contact me via Instagram at K Harrod. That's K. I got little notes here. I don't know how to read it. Probably read backwards. At K Harrod on Instagram. K Harrod at STL on Twitter. Um. And you can send me a message via Ustream or on YouTube. You can comment under this video or whatever. But the bottom line is I would love to hear from you, and I'm just wishing you the best, the absolute best. We have got to do something, and it starts with us as individuals. That's the mindset I know. Don't wait for tomorrow. Yeah, it's 9:45. You do have to wait till tomorrow. But I'm serious. Do something. Speak truth. Make resources available. Have a no excuse mentality. We need to invest in ourselves, okay? And know that God is before you. He is beside you. He is beneath you, holding you up. And He is standing with you. He's behind you to push you to that place that you need to go. I am glad you joined me tonight. I am Kathleen Harry. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. All this stuff is. I love social media though. I'm a technology junkie. At least I try to be. I have a blog on WordPress. Um, I just want you to be empowered, and I find that empowerment comes with knowing the truth about yourself, and just the truth in general, the truth about how how other people see you. And I want you to experience the level of truth that I am experiencing to the point where it allows me to live a more peaceful, a more committed, a more it's a better lifestyle. At the end of the day, that's all it is. I want you to make better lifestyle choices. Okay, better choices, and stop believing society's message. We don't need any thugs. That's not even like something you need to be. And I understand if you live in a rough place or whatever. I've been there, I've done that. But let's change. Even though you live in the people that live in the project, understand something. You don't have to shoot and stab and kill each other. We need to stop accepting society's message. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to make a change. It's hard, but it's really all about this right here. Yeah. I love you to death. This is Kathleen Harris. I love you. Thank you for watching this video. And after you watch it, I hope it empowers your life. I hope it causes you to take action. You'll be hearing more from me. Thank you for joining me on the Share this video with a friend. Thanks.